Well, animal rights group PETA is calling for a sex ban to be placed on meat-eating men. The group claims devouring sausages and schnitzel is a symptom of toxic masculinity and that it's killing the planet. That's the view of the German arm of PETA. Joining me live is Laura Weyman-Jones from PETA Australia. Thanks very much for your time. Is this something that PETA Australia agrees with?
Yeah, look, PETA Germany's suggestion was designed to get men who eat meat to sit up and take notice, and I think it's certainly done that, and realise how much of an impact their diets have on the planet and animals. The Earth is suffering because people, especially men, because men statistically do eat more meat than women, are still eating methane-emitting animals who are exploited in vast numbers on farms built on cleared bushland and forest. The situation is critical and the planet can't support such greedy consumption of resources. We really need to all start moving towards a vegan lifestyle urgently, or there won't be a habitable planet left for us.
Okay, but you say it was aimed to get a conversation started. It was talking about a ban. I think there are two aspects I've read about, either just a ban on men that eat meat being able to have sex. Is that a serious idea being put forward that you support?
I mean, we really don't care about your sex life. What we do care about is the planet and the animals we share it with. And those animals are dying by the billions in the crudest ways imaginable for burgers and sandwich filling. All we're saying to people is, given what we know is happening because of eating meat and the environmental destruction caused by eating meat, why not try the vegan sausage instead? Okay,
fine to suggest alternatives. There is clearly a carbon footprint, but you're saying you don't care about people's sex lives. This is a call from PETA, Germany, to either ban men from having sex or saying to women, don't have sex with men who eat meat. That is caring about people's sex life.
It's a conversation starter. Otherwise, I guess you wouldn't have invited us on to talk about it. We send out releases every week about investigations exposing animal cruelty and other really important pressing topics. And this is what's got us attention. This is what's got this issue attention. So I guess it says a lot more about the media than it does about us.
Okay, so I'm just trying to clarify though. You're saying it's a conversation starter, always designed to get headlines. It gets our organisation calling you and here's the evidence. But it's not. You're not seriously saying there should be any sort of ban, or are you seriously saying to women, though, that they should rethink whether they should have sex with men who eat meat, or ask them about whether or not they eat meat before going ahead with relations?
We really don't care what people do or don't do in the bedroom is none of my business. But yeah, like you said, it's a great conversation starter. Otherwise, you wouldn't have called us. And the suggestion, could start a conversation, with your significant other or with a friend in your life. This is a pressing topic we all need to be talking more about.
So in terms of a conversation starter, though, if you want to win hearts and minds, is it necessarily a good idea to talk about banning people from having sex, but also taking arm at so-called suburban fathers with beer bottles and barbecue tongs, saying that anyone putting zucchini on will be eyed with suspicion? I mean, it's not really winning hearts and minds. It seems to be taking aim at people rather than trying to say, here are some good alternatives. Other things taste good as well. You don't have to eat meat.
I think we've got to take everything with a bit of humour. And, it could be seen as very good advice. We know that vegan men get more matches on dating apps because compassion is attractive. We know that artery clogging meat increases the risk of erectile dysfunction, and every meaty meal is throwing us closer to an environmental catastrophe. There's absolutely nothing sexy about it. And, I think it's a good conversation to start with the men in our lives.
Does it mean that any time we see a future sort of headline out of PETA, we'll assume that's just getting a conversation going and not a serious idea?
No, absolutely not. I mean, this is a serious idea. That I know plenty of people who...
Hang on. You're saying that the idea of banning men having sex or telling women not to have sex with men is not a serious idea. That was a conversation starter, that's it. You're not actually saying you should do it.
We have no control over what people do or don't do in their bedroom. That's not what this is about. We're just saying that if you do want to improve your relationships, if you do want to improve your sex life, if you do want to save the planet, then going vegan is something you should be considering.
But that's not you're not just saying that. You've got a headline and a line about banning sex. So that's what I'm asking, that if we see another headline like that out of PETA, that they're not real ideas, it's trying to get attention. And you know, you can say you've got attention this way. We've called you, fair enough. I'm just saying, wouldn't that mean the next time we see an idea that seems pretty dramatic, we can assume it's probably not a genuine idea you're putting forward?
This is a release out of PETA Germany. So I'm actually not even sure what the original, was it a social media post? Was it a press release? I'm not even sure. The article in the Australian today is why you've called us. So it's great that we can have
a press release put out. But that's why I asked you at the start whether you supported it or not. And you were saying, no, it's not. It was never a serious idea. It's a conversation starter. And now you're saying you're not sure what, if it was a serious idea or not from PETA Germany?
Oh, I think we're getting really stuck in the semantics here. But the idea that eating defenceless animals is somehow making you more manly is marketing. And I think that is a really important issue. And that's what PETA's message is today.
Laura Weyman-Jones, we appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thanks so much.